Let me show you something uncomfortable. Sarah just got her salary. It is a good number, better than most of her friends. She pays every bill on time, drives a decent car, pays for subscriptions she barely thinks about, and sends her daughter to a school she is quietly proud of. And every single month, without exception, she ends up with almost nothing left. Not because she is reckless, not because she is undisciplined, but because of a trap nobody ever warned her about. One that does not look like a trap. From the outside, it looks exactly like success. Here is what nobody told Sarah. In 2026, the middle class is not being squeezed by low income. It is being quietly suffocated by something I call structural lifestyle inflation, the kind where your own lifestyle silently upgrades itself to the ceiling of your income and then locks in permanently. Quietly, automatically, without a single dramatic decision. And by the time most people feel it, they are already too deep inside the cage to see that the door is still open. The trap is held in place by three invisible forces. The first is subscriptionification. In 2026, the average middle-class household pays for 14 recurring subscriptions. Streaming music, gym, cloud storage, meal kits, news apps, delivery passes. Not one of them feels expensive alone. Together, they cost up to $700 a month. And every single one auto-renews. You do not decide to buy them again each month. You have to decide to cancel. That asymmetry is not an accident, it is the business model. The second force is the ownership trap. We were raised to believe ownership equals wealth. Own your home. Own your car. But in 2026, ownership has become a financial handcuff. The moment you sign a mortgage or a car loan, you have committed your future income to decisions your past self made. Your 2020 self is now controlling your 2026 freedom. The home did not trap you. The timing did. The third force is social proof debt. The money you spend not on what you want, but on what signals to others that you're doing fine. The restaurant your colleagues go to. The holiday Instagram made feel necessary. The school fees you stretch for because other parents at your level do the same. These were never luxuries you consciously chose. They were quiet social taxes you paid to belong. And nobody ever called them what they are. This is why conventional financial advice feels hollow. Cut your coffee. Track your spending. Save 20%. That advice was written for a world where costs were flexible. But when your life runs on 14 auto-renewals, a 25-year mortgage, and an invisible social contract, cutting coffee does not move the needle. It just makes you feel like you tried. Now the math. $85,000 a year. Solid middle-class income in 2026. After federal and state tax, Social Security, Medicare, and health insurance premiums, that number becomes approximately $55,600. Before a single bill is paid, $30,000 is already gone. Most people know this in theory. Almost nobody truly sits with it. Now watch that $4,633 a month disappear before Sarah makes a single free choice. Rent takes $1,650. Car loan, insurance, and gas take $780. Groceries take $520. The subscriptions take $490. Insurance premiums take $240. School fees take $420. Utilities take $230. Her fixed obligations total $4,330 every month. $303. That is what remains for savings, emergencies, joy, and the future. 6.5% of take-home income. Before any car repair, dental bill, or birthday. That number explains why a household earning $85,000 a year still feels one bad month away from real trouble. And here is what makes it devastating, the compounding. Every year inside the trap, two things happen simultaneously. Fixed costs grow more entrenched, and opportunity cost quietly accumulates. At $300 a month for 10 years, Sarah saves $36,000. Invested at 8%, that same money becomes $55,000. At a proper 20% savings rate, it would have been $146,000. The decade gap, the wealth she never built, is $110,000. Not wasted on bad decisions. Simply never invested, because her fixed costs consumed the margin that was supposed to be her future. This is how the trap punishes you, not with drama, but with a decade of invisible loss that never shows up on any bill. Now the map out. 3 frameworks. No dramatic overhauls, no overnight sacrifice, no lifestyle destruction required. The first is the freedom floor. Calculate every fixed obligation exactly, not roughly. Every subscription, loan, and recurring bill. Then apply one rule. Never let your fixed costs exceed 65% of your net take-home. If a new commitment would breach that line, something else must go first. The freedom floor is not a budget. It is a structural boundary you set before emotion and lifestyle pressure can override your judgment. The second is the 3-year rule. Before signing any major financial commitment, a mortgage, car loan, lease, school contract, ask one question. If my income dropped 20% for 3 years, could I still sustain this? If yes, sign with confidence. If no, build the buffer first. This rule is not pessimism. It is the only rational posture in a 2026 economy defined by volatility, AI disruption, and unpredictable layoffs. The people who survive economic shocks are not luckier. They built space before they needed it. The third is equity anchors. An equity anchor is any asset that works for you while your fixed costs run against you. An index fund, a rental property, business equity, intellectual property. The goal is 1 new anchor per year. And the rule is simple. Before you upgrade any lifestyle expense, you must first own at least 1 active, growing anchor. Because the trap only works when all your money flows one direction into the machine. The moment 1 anchor exists, you have money working against the machine instead of for it. The middle-class trap is not a punishment. It is a pattern. And patterns break the moment you see them clearly. You could not see it before today, not because you were not smart enough, but because nobody ever drew it out for you. Nobody named the 3 forces. Nobody ran the full math in one sitting. Now you have all 3 pieces. You know the villain, structural lifestyle inflation. You have the numbers, the $300 month, the $110,000 decade gap. And you have the map, the freedom floor, the 3-year rule, and equity anchors. The exit does not require you to blow up your life. It just requires you to stop making decisions that feed the cage and start making ones, however small, that open the door. 1 anchor at a time. 1 free month at a time. If this video showed you something nobody else did, that is exactly what Sketching Notebook does every week. Subscribe so you never miss it. Drop a comment telling me which of the 3 forces has the tightest grip on your life.
Hey everyone, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more fun. It's super easy and you'll get all the updates.